everybody. Welcome to the Freezer Show. Welcome to the Freezer Show. Where's Nick? Anybody see Nick? We cannot go on without Nick.
I got it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You all right, bud? Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Jay. Nick, it's quite an entrance.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Where you been? We haven't seen you in like 3 weeks.
Well, we took a little hiatus.
Yeah, we've been gone.
So I thought there would be a good opportunity to kind of promote the show. And I got a little team together for the Tour de France.
Come on.
We did.
I can't believe you didn't tell me about this.
Yeah, well, it was a little surprise.
So who's on your team?
Just me and Stan.
You and Stan, how'd you do? Well, wait a minute, I can tell how you do. I mean, the Tour de France is still going on. Why are you here now? What happened?
Well, again, it was for publicity. You know, I'd like to say we competed, at least for the first few miles. And, but I will tell you, I mean, we knew we had no shot. That guy, Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, heard of him.
Fast.
Yeah.
I mean,
just kind of went by you?
He was so fast. I saw him at sign-in, and then it was a blur. So.
Well, I'm glad you guys did that. That sounds great. And you must have had a good time over there. Where's Stan, though?
Well, we had a little bit of a snafu. We had a cash flow problem, and we didn't really account for it, so we had to ride back.
You rode back. I didn't know you could. Well, I didn't know you could ride back from France on your bike.
I lost him somewhere in Iceland. He said I went straight. There were snow flurries. He said something about elves, whatever. I don't know. But he's like water. He'll find a scene. He's good.
He's like water.
But, yeah.
I like that. Well, welcome to the show. I'm Craig. This is Nick. If you haven't figured that out by now, you're gonna stay in that all night, aren't you?
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't he? Yeah. Okay, well, welcome to the show. We've got a great lineup for you tonight. We've got some really interesting guests. Bill Bruckner, who owns Florida Aerial Advertising. He's the guy that flies around those banners on the beach.
That's right.
And he's been pulling Watch the Freezer show every Sunday, so he's on the show. And then we have, and we also have a First Amendment lawyer from Tampa, Luke Leroux, with some great stories. He's going to be on the show. And I've got to mention we've got some new sponsors on the show. We keep piling up sponsors, which is great. That means everybody's watching the show and people are advertising to be on the show. We got Pat Ritchie, he's a Remax Properties agent, V-Town Skate Shop on Main, People's Community Bank, Tellier Art Gallery, and something I'm very excited about, Computer Advantage, which is an Apple store up in Bradenton. It's actually Sarasota, Bradenton, across from the airport.
Right across from the runway.
Exactly. So you'll see these commercials on the show tonight. But tonight we've also got on the set a new TV from Computer Advantage. It's made by Epson. It's an LCD projection TV. This is the 47-inch model, and there's a 57-inch model. We'll talk about this a little bit later, and we're going to show some bits so the audience can finally see them.
I think we're talking about building actually a bigger set for the 57.
Yeah, this one's big, but it's a great model. And this Epson, did you know Epson has been making LCD monitors and selling them under everybody else's name, and now they're putting their name on it?
No, I did not know.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
So, okay, we've got to get to our first break. We're going to introduce, we don't have Stan on the street because I guess he's in Iceland, but we've got a little bit for you, and I'm going to play it right now on the big LCD monitor from Computer Advantage, and here it is. I got to get my remote to, there we go.
Gosh, Sean, I don't know how you do it. You eat anything you want, you're in great shape. What's your secret?
It's this new class I've been taking. It's totally changed my life.
Really?
You can eat anything you want, as much as you want, and you still lose weight.
Really? Sign me up.
There's a class this afternoon. Yeah.
Spin class? That's nothing new.
No, it's a different kind of spin class. 3, 2, 1.
Where are the bikes?
You'll see. Come on.
All right, great warm up, everybody. Let's go. Grab your buckets. If you don't have any, grab some up front here. Get your buckets. All right, everybody, right hand spin. And begin. Let's go. Spin it, faster. Keep the core in tight. Abs are tight. Abs are strong. Let's go. Ready, come on. That's it, faster. That's it, come on. Keep those abs in tight. Strong arms. Come on, faster, faster, faster. Don't hold it back. Think about the calories you're going to burn today.
Don't go away.
Tired of being an underdog? Then coming out with the big dogs at V-Town. Like to surf? We got the best from Bat, Booster, Locomotion, and more. Skims up? Check out the biggest Soul Skim selection around. Wakeboarding or wake skating your sport? Hyperlight and Campus are here to help you out. And if you're into skateboarding or inline, V-Town has everything you need and more. So don't be compounded with life's many problems or just stuck hanging around the block. Come on down to V-Town, a shop that really rocks. Don't be bored, get bored!
Computer Advantage is Sarasota's premier digital lifestyle store, featuring all current models of Macintosh computers, iPods, and accessories, along with a killer service department to back them up. It's easy to see why Computer Advantage is Florida's largest Apple specialist. We're also your one-stop shop for digital cameras, printers, software, audio devices, and the new Epson Living Station HD TVs. Computer Advantage is located on Highway 41, right across from the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport runways. So taxi in and tell them you saw them on the Freezer Show.
Pat Ritchie is a RE/MAX Properties agent. He spends most of his time selling real estate. And not much time on anything else. That's why nobody works harder to sell your property than Pat Ritchie. Visit patritchie.com or call 941-308-4319.
Welcome back to the show. We're going to make Nick stay in this outfit all night. Is it comfortable?
Yeah, it's spandex. Who doesn't like spandex? I want to thank Bikes and Java for this as well.
Oh yeah, Bikes and Java over on Hillview.
Hillview. Yep.
I really quickly. Oh yeah. Really quickly, I want to dedicate this show tonight to my nephew Liam, who's recovering from brain surgery, and to my son Griffin, who's turning 5 on Saturday.
Let's get a shot of Griffin.
Standing ovation in the back. I think they're just trying to see.
6 is a big deal. Yeah.
It's 5.
Oh, 6 is a big deal too.
Oh yeah. All right, let's bring out our first guest. Our first guest owns Florida Aerial Advertising. He's the guy you always see pulling those giant banners over the beach every weekend. His name is Bill Bruckner. Let's give him a big hand. Hey, Bill. Welcome. Nice selection, guys. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you.
So tell me, these giant banners you're pulling.
Yes.
How long have you been doing that?
I started the business back in 1985.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious is how do you get them off the ground and how do you land with that giant, and how long are those? They must be pretty heavy, huh?
We do it very carefully.
Are they on a pole and you fly by them?
It's an aerial pickup where everything is laid out on the ground and we come in and we snag it with a grappling hook and literally pick it up off the ground.
Does that jerk your plane back when it
None
catches?
of it's done properly.
Really? And then when you land, you just release it first?
When we come in to drop it, we just make an aerial drop. We come over to drop zone and just release it.
Okay. So you've been doing this a while up there, and you must have a very interesting vantage point. You get to see
At
things.
times, yes.
You get to see things we don't usually see.
Occasionally we see some girls without tops on surfboards.
Really? On surfboards?
On surfboards.
Any beaches I should know about?
Rather not tell you about that.
Okay. Where do you fly out of? You don't fly out of the Sarasota Airport,
Okay,
do you?
we're based with our own hangar up in St. Pete Clearwater Airport. But because of some political, legal battles we're going through with Sarasota and with St. Pete Clearwater, we've been forced to fly out of a farm field, a farm that grows sod over in Palmetto.
So you're flying in and out of a field?
Out of a field.
So what do you do when it rains?
We don't do anything. It gets kind of swampy.
So if we can't
get the plane in, we can't land and set the banners up and go back.
Is that
up
why
again.
we weren't out on the 4th of July?
That's why you weren't out.
And so who do I have the blame for that?
Sarasota Airport,
Okay.
St. Pete Clearwater Airport.
Make a note of that,
Who?
Craig.
You had an incident a couple years ago, didn't you?
We had
with
an
a
incident
young
2
man?
years ago where we lost a 21-year-old boy. He went back into land after he dropped the banner to pick it up, and on the way in, stalled the airplane and crashed. He was 21 years old. His name was Brian Mason. That boy would still be alive today if we were not forced to not be able to fly out of Sarasota Airport or St. Pete Clearwater Airport. That's my feeling, that's my attorney's feeling, and we have now filed a federal lawsuit in Tampa because of it.
And we have your attorney on the show, don't we?
We have Luke LaRoe coming
Luke
up
LaRoe is our next guest, and he's going to be talking about that and some other things.
Yes.
You had a close call a couple weeks ago, didn't you? With
It was a couple of months back. My pilot and I were flying a banner going north on US 19 over in St. Pete. And to make a long story short, Southeast Airlines DC-9 was coming down. They weren't communicating with the tower. We saw them at the last minute, and it was either do what we did or may not be here. We pulled the power, swerved the airplane down from 1,200 feet. We rolled out at about 200 feet, and he went right above us. That was the closest I've ever come in my lifetime.
Well, I hope
DC-9 is a very big airplane when you're looking at it from a little 4-place airplane.
Well, I hope that's the last close call you ever have.
I hope so too.
And I hope that they free you from that sod farm and you can land at SRQ again. Thank you for coming on the show. We're out of time.
Yeah, you did a little research, didn't you, on Bill?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You'll be proud of me. I found this old picture of you playing baseball at 86 World Series. Can you guys get a shot of this? 86 World Series. Bill cost the Red Sox the World Series. You didn't think I knew much about sports, but I got Bill.
Yeah, you did. You did get Bill.
Bill Bruckner.
Yeah. All right. Well done, Craig.
Thank you.
Well done.
Now, we've got a little, to help you get back into the SRQ, the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, we're going to fly our own banner. Jay? Here he goes. Bzzz. Free Bill.
Free Bill.
We'll be right back after this message. Don't go away. Thank you, Bill.
Computer Advantage is Sarasota's premier digital lifestyle store. Featuring all current models of Macintosh computers, iPods, and accessories, along with the killer service department to back them up, it's easy to see why Computer Advantage is Florida's largest Apple specialist. We're also your one-stop shop for digital cameras, printers, software, audio devices, and the new Epson Living Station HD TVs. Computer Advantage is located on Highway 41, right across from the Sarasota Bradenton Airport runways. So taxi in and tell them you saw them on the Freezer Show.
Welcome back to the Freezer. I want to tell you guys that today, the day we're taping, the Emmys nominations were announced, and we are up for Best New Comedy Variety Show. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. You all made it possible. In September, when the show is on, we'll bring you clips of us going out to LA and being on the show. And all that. I think we're going to win. We got a good chance.
Well,
we're up against Conan. You know, the usuals, Letterman, John Stewart of The Daily Show, and John Daly, the golfer. Should we bring out our next guest?
Go ahead. Yeah, let's do it.
Go ahead. All right, our next guest, it happens to be Bill Bruckner's attorney, so this should be interesting. He is a First Amendment lawyer, and you'll hear all about that when he comes out. Please give a nice warm welcome to Luke LaRoe.
All right, as a
thanks.
lawyer, before we get started, I think
Yeah.
I need to tell you that rubbing the big monkey is still illegal in 37 states.
Is it really? Oh, thank you, Tim. Nice.
You might, you need to check the local customs where you might air this program. Just a public service.
Are you our official lawyer now?
We can talk retainer after the show,
Okay. All right, now, the song that these guys were playing sounds like a striptease. Why is that?
Well,
what's your specialty?
I have, for about 20 years, represented the adult entertainment industry, which for most people equates to strip clubs, adult bookstores, largely organizations that focus on the exposure of specified anatomical areas, as local governments would want you to think.
That's
Thank
so
you.
much
You know what?
legalese.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all right.
Nice.
And I understand he's been nominated for the receipt of the Golden Areola Award. So
That's right.
You were big in my formative years.
Right. Something about the bike seat.
Luke, have you ever had your pinky kissed by a guy in latex?
Not without getting paid, but it's just one of those issues.
Or
that
paying
you have
somebody
to deal
else, right?
Correct.
So, okay, so you're a First Amendment lawyer. You're out there defending these people. Why do you have to defend them? Obviously, well, it might not be obviously. Tell us what the First Amendment is. It's the right to bear arms, right?
Well, no, that's you missed it by one. Okay, that's the Second Amendment.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with quartering soldiers, so you got to kind of narrow it down a little bit.
Okay.
But the First Amendment really protects freedom of religion, freedom from religion, and then also the freedom of the press and the freedom of the public to petition the government for redress of grievances. So it's something that's just critical to our society, and that's why our founding fathers, having a choice to basically prioritize the Bill of Rights any way they wanted to, made it number one. So that tells you something.
So basically it's about expressing yourself and getting your...
Exactly.
Or strip clubs being my religion for about 5 years, from about 15 to 20.
Well, you're kind of mixing it up there. Usually the strip clubs don't fall under the religion, except in your case. Usually it's under the freedom of expression.
Okay.
And the courts have consistently found that nudity in conjunction with an expressive performance is protected by the First Amendment. That nudity on the beach, sunbathing, has not been found to be protected by the First Amendment. So there has to be some component.
So there has to be a performance, some art, art involved.
Exactly correct.
And you are always, I mean, who are you defending these guys against? Obviously the government and the police and all that, but who's always attacking these people? Does it always seem to be religious organizations, or is it...
In many instances, you find that local governments will be pressured by religious groups to adopt legislation that is consistently antagonistic to adult entertainment. If the religious organizations could have their way, they'd like to close these businesses down. So what they do is they will pressure local government to adopt legislation that makes it so difficult to operate an adult entertainment business that it really, from my perspective, infringes on the First Amendment rights of the owners and performers at these businesses.
Okay. Now, a name that always comes up in kind of in relationship to you, you have a... You guys okay out there?
Yeah. I didn't know you had to wear a cup to be on this show.
Tell me about Joe Redner. Now, everybody knows who he is around here except for us newcomers. So tell us, you represent him, right?
Maybe I should set up a First Amendment field trip so you can enjoy the splendor of some of his establishments.
We're there, Nick. Bring the video camera.
You know?
Whatever you need. I'll be in the training video. Right. You know, I'll hold the boom mic. I'll do the the camera. Whatever.
So who's Joe?
He's so altruistic. I mean, it's just the charisma just reeks from you. Or is that the bike station? I don't know.
He hasn't showered since he came back from France.
It's all sincerity.
So who's Joe Redner?
Joe Redner is an entrepreneur who operates several adult entertainment establishments. He's really sort of the icon of the adult entertainment industry in Central Florida. whenever the local government, that being the city of Tampa, had adopted legislation in an effort to close him down, he would exercise his rights of civil disobedience, and he's been arrested about 144 times. I met him after he had begun that
gross
course of conduct.
That is gross.
It's gross, and it's certainly
but
so
he's
an indictment of the system more than
But he's going out and putting himself in positions to get arrested to make a statement, right?
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And what kind of things is he doing?
Well, what he will do is, for instance, in Citrus County, a good example, he found a business that he could operate. There was no restriction to operating an adult entertainment establishment in Citrus County. He sunk a significant investment in a parcel of property, advertised a grand opening, and the day he was going to open, the county adopted an emergency ordinance that said to operate an adult business, you need a special license, and you file your application, and we'll get back to you in 60 days. No exaggeration. So Mr. Redner, finding that that was an unconstitutional restriction of his and his dancers' right to free speech, put the dancers on, was promptly arrested, taken to the Citrus County Jail. It's a misdemeanor, so they bonded out at $500, went back on stage, they arrested everybody again, bonded out again at $500, and the third time they were arrested for a second-degree misdemeanor, which under Florida law carries a maximum penalty of 60 days in jail or a $500 fine. They imposed $250,000, $250,000 bond, knowing that nobody could pay that, just to stop these performances. And after fighting that case in court for over 10 years, I was able to secure an award, a judgment for Mr. Redner for the time he and the dancers spent in jail. He got almost $750,000, which was reduced for cost, and the dancers for the night they spent in jail got close to $10,000 apiece. So the government, and this
Sheriff
was
Luke.
But it's usually, you know, I go through all different types of First Amendment law, and really what I find the most pride in is being able to represent people whose rights are being infringed by governmental action. I fight the government, and Mr. Bruckner obviously has nothing to do with adult entertainment. I felt his rights were being infringed upon by the local government.
Right.
And you know, we lost a life because they wouldn't let him use an airport with a control tower. And I think when I see that kind of thing, it touches me, and I think that that's why I've been placed on this earth. And also, it's not bad to represent nude women either, because when you go to get paid, they got no money to hide the pocket in.
Well, say what you will about the adult entertainment business, but I think it's great what you're doing as far as just defending our rights that have been set up, because it seems like this country now is being taken over by people that are trying to take away our rights. So.
Well, and I think that if people, the demographic that enjoys this fine show was more active, then the people that are trying to take away our rights would not be as successful as they are. And I really, if this can be a rallying cry, obviously it should be. But I think
you say
people,
rally?
Yeah, you just got here.
I'd like to start something, if we could. I heard a vicious rumor that the cheetah has about 1.5 years left.
It's possible that they may be at the end of an amortization schedule to close up.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 10 more years. 1, 2, 3. 10 more years! 10 more years!
We got
10 more years!
Now,
10 more
Nick.
years! 20 more.
Yeah.
Mr. Strip Club.
I'm worried about your kids.
We gotta take a break. We've run out of time. Now, one thing, you're gonna stick around for Trivia Challenge, right?
Absolutely.
And I understand you play a mean guitar.
I've been known to tickle the Fender every now and then.
So will you, during the credits, will you play guitar for us?
It would be my honor.
That'd be great. Well, thanks for
Thank
coming
you,
out.
Craig.
Stay here and we'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. Thank you. Good job.
Computer Advantage is Sarasota's premier digital lifestyle store. Featuring all current models of Macintosh computers, iPods, and accessories, along with the killer service department to back them up, it's easy to see why Computer Advantage is Florida's largest Apple specialist. We're also your one-stop shop for digital cameras, printers, software, audio devices, and the new Epson Living Station HD TVs. Computer Advantage is located on Highway 41, right across from the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport runways. So taxi in and tell them you saw them on the Freezer Show.
Pat Ritchie is a RE/MAX Properties agent. He spends most of his time selling real estate. And not much time on anything else. That's why nobody works harder to sell your property than Pat Ritchie. Visit patritchie.com or call 941-308-4319.
Tired of being an underdog? Then coming out with the big dogs at V-Town. Like to surf? We got the best from Bat, Booster, Locomotion, and more. Skims up? Check out the biggest Soul Skim selection around. Wakeboarding or wake skating your sport? Hyperlight and Campus are here to help you out. And if you're into skateboarding or inline, V-Town has everything you need and more. So don't be compounded with life's many problems or just stuck hanging around the block. Come on down to V-Town, a shop that really rocks.
Don't be bored, get bored.
Welcome back to the freezer. It's time for the trivia challenge face-off between Luke and Bill. Take it away, Nick.
Thank you, Craig. All right, gentlemen, this is the trivia challenge. I'm going to ask a series of questions. First one to buzz in and answer the question will get it right, obviously, if it's correct.
What do I win? His playing against a trip to the cheetah.
Got that?
Ooh.
All right.
We'll do that.
Like
we'll do that.
There you go.
We have to accompany you, though.
In case of a
Either way.
tiebreaker, we will go to a closest two. Don't worry about going over. This is not Price is Right. It's closest two.
Okay.
Gentlemen, ready?
Ready.
First question. In a criminal trial, who gets the initial presumption of innocence? Ha! Luke.
The defendant.
The defendant is correct. Yes.
Bill, just hit this. When you know the answer, hit it.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how we play this?
Yeah.
And try to speak up into the mic. You ready?
Is that how we play this? I have to hit it?
Yeah, because you knew that.
Next question. How fast does a Cessna need to be going to take off? And that's minimum speed.
Sean Connery.
Yes. Well played, Luke.
No. Bill.
Turn off my light.
Whatever is safe. Usually 50 miles an hour.
50 miles an hour it is. Yeah, nice. We have a tiebreaker, so we're going to go to closest two.
What a
There's
shot.
no need to buzz in. I'm going to ask Luke first, and then Bill, I'll ask you. This is closest two. Do not worry about going over. You ready?
He gets to go first?
Would you like to go first, Bill?
No, it's okay.
Tiebreaker question. John Wayne appeared in how many movies? Luke.
41.
Bill.
It was 51.
153. Bill Bruckner is winner of Trivia Challenge.
Nice. Wow. Congratulations. Our gifts keep getting better. Thank you, Luke.
Thanks, Greg. Thank you very much.
That's our show, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.